All right, this is recording for my biology classes. So if you did your power notes yesterday as we worked on those together in class, the 5 vocab words, then I returned those to you so you can have them to study, because we do have a quiz tomorrow over PowerPoints and over those vocabulary words. And Eunice, I see that yours is unstable. Understand, thank you. It may be getting worse with this weather if we have it coming. PowerPoint, those vocabulary words, and then we're going to do something called reinforcement today that would help you some. But those are the things you need to study for your quiz. It's like 5 questions tomorrow. And hopefully everybody will do good on that. So we're going to kind of work on them together. So this is the second day of me showing you an example of the journal. Remember, on Thursday, that will become your responsibility to do the things that you're really interested in. So if you're new, Keegan, really the only thing I require is like a spiral or a composition book. We'll do a notebook too, but we'll worry about that when y'all get back in class. So you're going to do the date, and then you would write the EQ, and then you would answer your questions. You never have to write the objective. You never have to write the agenda. So it would look something like this. I put my date. Since the EQ was the same as yesterday, I didn't rewrite it. I put same as Monday. Remember, this journal is just for you. So that means if you had it on the journal test and you were asked, what is the AQ of 825, you could just look back to the day before. And then I answered my journal question by saying, if I was an animal, I'd like to be a whale because they seem to just get to float around a lot and not have a lot of stress. And I've been feeling a little stressed lately. So all these reminders, Thursday is the first time you'll be responsible for it, and it goes through 9/21, which is when the first 6 weeks start to end. So during that week, we'll have our first journal test. You'll get to use your journal. It counts as a major test grade, and there are no retests. Journals will be posted on Google Classroom for about 4 days, because if you're absent, you're still responsible for it. And so get them from there or get it from a friend. And if you have any questions, let me know. Remember, if you are absent, so from Zoom for about another week, and then hopefully we'll be in person, then the class is always going to be recorded, and I post those onto my YouTube channel, and that is posted in the Google Classroom. So if you get behind, you can always go in there and look for that. All right, so today, if you will open up your Google Classroom, and if you will come down to daily work, there's a couple of things that show study guide and reinforcement, where we're going to start with the study guide. So remember, you see it here, but you want to go all the way down to view assignment and open it up, and then come over here to your little box and open it up where you see the Google Docs. And we're going to be working on this. Jalen, could you please put your video on? And you should be able to type directly on this. Jalen, do you have this pulled up? Because this is going to be due.
Yes.
All right. So you should have plenty of time in class, and we'll kind of work on it. And if I need to pull up some slides, we'll do that. So these vocabulary words are just some good words to know. Those happens to be the ones that we defined yesterday. So you've already done that. So we're going to start off with this box, and it says in this box above, highlight in yellow examples of environments on Earth in which life might be found. So in yellow, you're going to highlight anything that's an environment. To highlight, you go up over here to, I guess it looks like a highlighter. It's next to the thing that says text color. You click on that. We're doing highlighting in yellow, so I'm going to pick my yellow color, and then I'm going to come over here. And is forest a type of environment? for sure. So I'm going to highlight it. Oh, I'm sorry, I told y'all wrong. You have to put it in blue first. So like you were going to copy it, take your cursor, cover it, and then go up to your highlighter color and pick yellow. That's the only way that I know how to do it. So is an ocean, is that an example of an environment? Yes, no? Yes, ma'am, thank you. So I'm gonna choose that one. And I'm gonna highlight that one in yellow. Okay, so I'll let you look through those. Oh, I see a chat. Let me see what I got in my chat. Tegan, did you have a question for me? You can unmute.
I'm going to be leaving it around 3:05, but I'll be zooming in my car because I have to be at the high school at 3:15.
What do you have to be at the high school? What do you have to be at the high school for? Okay.
Volleyball.
Okay, so listen, in case we get disconnected, y'all are doing this one, and then there's another one right after it that's called reinforcement. That's also very easy. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So in case you get you get reconnected. Eunice, I know you said you're having trouble hearing me. I'm going to type to you. Eunice, I hope you can hear me. We're doing this one, and then the one that follows it that says reinforcement, I think 1.1, and it's also very easy. So if you have to get off, same thing, Haley, for you. It may be the weather coming in. Try turning off your picture first. I know I say a lot about that, but I'm going to do that if you need to. Try, Haley, turning off your picture. Sometimes that'll make it where you can at least hear me. I'm afraid over the next couple of days with this storm, we may have some issues. Okay, Eunice, I'm glad. Okay. So the next thing we did, so hopefully you highlighted some things yellow. The next thing that we're looking at in green or light green, I don't really care what color green you do it in. You're looking at any examples of species. So would a moray eel be an example of a species? Tegan, what do you think? Would that be an example of a species? You can just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
I'm asking because we're doing number 2, highlighting green. Anything that's a species. Do you think a moray eel would be a species? Yeah. So I'm going to do that one. And then I'm going to come pick me some color green. Oh, I picked the wrong thing. I do that all the time. What about human skin? Aline, do you think human skin would be a example of a species? I can see you can just shake your head yes or no. Remember, species are a certain type of organism that can breed with each other. Can human skin cells breed with each other? No. So human skin is going to be one that's just going to be left blank. It's not going to have any color. If it would have just said human, that would have been a species. All right. Sorry, I'm going to take just a minute to do my attendance. All right, sorry about that, y'all. All right, next one we're going to move to, and I'm going to kind of pull up the slides. These are some of the words that we looked at yesterday. In fact, these were kind of a vocabulary word. So the first one, the blank, even includes such places as your eyelashes, pools of hot water, Yellowstone National Park, cold, windswept rocks, so forth. So that's number 3. And I'm going to pull up your PowerPoint we used yesterday. And, all right. So your answer is on this slide. The blank includes places such as your eyelashes, pools of hot water, Yellowstone National Park. So those are all different types of environments. So you should be looking to this slide to answer question number 4. All right, move on to, I'm sorry, that was question number 3. Move on to question number 4. Members of a blank should be able to reproduce together. So that is here on this slide, slide number 7. Jakyle, under daily work in your Google Classroom, we're working on the study guide. Moving on to question number 5. Question number 5 is going to come to slide number 6. In places where blank is high, there are more species. Make sure that you're typing in the answers as we go, because I'm collecting these at the end. So Jakyle, you need to go to under daily work and open up your study guide. We're answering the questions on that as we go along. Jalen, can I please see that you're visible, please, sir? Thank you. All right, we're moving.
Which question are y'all on?
That one that I just did, we were on the first page on question number 5. Question number 5, where it says, in places where blank is high, there are more species.
That's the answer right there?
Yep. Temperature, the higher the temperature, the warmer the temperature, it has more species. So closer to the equator.
Number 5.
Closer to the equator. All right, moving back to onto the second page, I think there's some highlighting there. Yep, we got another box and we're gonna do a couple of highlighting things. In the box below, you're gonna highlight in yellow all of the items that would best fit within life science. Life science is the same thing as biology. And we talked about yesterday that biology is the study of life and the environment that it lives in. So go through those, and anything that talks about life or where it lives, you're going to highlight. So an egg hatches. An egg is life. So that's definitely biology. So I'm going to turn it blue and then come up, and I'm going to highlight it in yellow. So go through those 9 words and highlight in yellow. anything that has to do with biology. If that, then you're going to highlight in green any items that fit best in one of the other sciences. So for instance, an ion forms, that doesn't have anything to do with life or where they live. That actually has to do with chemistry. You'll get that next year. So that's not going to be about biology. So I'm going to choose green on that one. They may be chemistry, they may be physics. But if it's not biology, it's going to be green. If it is biology, it's going to be yellow. If you're moving ahead and you're working on the true and false, we are going to skip number 8. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Let me do this. We're going to skip number 8 because I did not see it on the PowerPoint, and we're going to skip number 10. If you're moving ahead, we're going to skip those 2. All right, moving on to number 7. This one is not directly on the PowerPoint, but I think we can figure this one out. So mummifying their dead. So that's what the Egyptians did when they took somebody after they died and they wrapped it up in all of that material. Mummifying their dead required ancient Egyptians to understand the biological concept of anatomy. Anatomy is how our bones are put together and our bodies put together. Do you think that they had to understand anatomy in order to be able to mummify somebody correctly? Anybody have an opinion on that?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. So we're going to say that one is true. You can highlight it whatever color you want to. I don't even think I highlighted it.
How we highlight?
Okay, you go to the word, and you click on it like you were going to copy it. And then you go up here to the highlighter that's like right next to the A and pick you some color to highlight in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Number 9, I am going to pull up a slide for this one. I found this one on our slides. All right. So number 10, we're skipping 7, we're skipping 8, we're skipping 10. So number 9, Aristotle is credited with developing the first classification system for living organisms. You're going to find that answer on this slide. So read over that one, and then I'll let you pick true or false. All right, I lost my chat. What happened to that? All right, moving down to the 3 under vocabulary. Check. I'm going to put slides up for that to help you out with that. And we've defined these several times, so you may not even have to look at the slide because we talked about them yesterday. And knowledge obtained by observing natural events. Which one is that? And the quiz is going to be easy like this. They're going to be real simple questions tomorrow, and there's only 5.
Is it physics?
Look on here. Do we see anything about physics on this slide?
Oh,
Are we studying? Y'all got to wait and have Coach Hood with physics in a little while. We're just not studying physics. Just any kind of knowledge obtained by observing natural events. So that's a real big category. What does biology, physics, and geology all fit into? Those are all different types of what? Well, you have to take IPC and biology and chemistry and physics. All of those are different types of what?
Sciences.
Science. That's what you're looking for. Thank you, Haley.
Well, that was me.
All right. Number 12. It's on this one. We've talked about it several times. It was on the earlier on the worksheet, a group of organisms that are closely related and can produce fertile offspring. So we talked about these sugar ants yesterday. Caden, is that your dad? And Mr. Williams? And then the last one, number 13. Hopefully you already know the answer to this one too. Oops, I can't get my cursor to move. I'm going to go to the slide, but I'm hoping you'll already know it. There's your slide. The study of all forms of life is called
biology.
Study of all forms of life. All right. Excuse me. When you get through with that, we're going to do one other thing. But after you've got that through, remember, you could have filled it all in, but I don't see it. After you have filled it all in, you have to hit this turn in button up here and turn it in.
What was number 12?
Number 12, number 12, number 12. A group of organisms that are closely related and can produce fertile offspring. Which one of those makes sense to you? So like ants would be a specific type of ants. Human beings would be a set. Horses would be a set. What are those? You got all right. And I think that is on the quiz tomorrow. I think that question is. So be sure that you hit turn it in right here, okay? After that, you need to go back into your Google Classroom. Under daily work, and you need to pull up reinforcement.
I need to answer the top part.
Who said that? I'm sorry.
Kyle.
Kyle. I think you're going to be, are you working with Coach Warner tonight?
Coach Warner?
Or Coach Potts, were they going to work with you tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll get with him and tell him where to look for that, okay? So I'll understand why yours isn't turned in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll text him and he'll come by my room.
What's today's date?
So Kyle, don't turn yours in yet.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we're doing our other thing, reinforcement. So you should have gone back into your Google Classroom, looked under daily work, and pulled up your 1.1 reinforcement and opened it up. And this one you're going to work on your own. So you're going to read, and then you're going to come down and answer these questions. I don't care whether it's in red or whether it's in black. It doesn't matter to me. There's just 4 questions. Some of the things are highlighted that will help you find that. So read your article and then come down and do your answers. Hopefully, since there's only 4, you can get finished before the bell rings, but if not, you can turn it in later. But try to get finished, it'll help you study for the quiz. If you get stuck on something, let me know.
Which form is that?
This is the one that says, let me get back. Under daily work, it's 1.1 reinforcement. Go all the way down to view assignment and open it up from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Then go here to the Google Docs. And then it should look like this. You can type directly on there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? And look at the highlighted words to kind of help you out a little bit.
We do.
All right, so this should be turned in today also.
We do all living things on Earth exist.
And then we will finish up with our exit ticket in a little bit. That'll be the last thing we'll do.